They called her obsessed, said she was wasting her time, that the system doesn't care. But Mary Wilson didn't care what they thought. Because for 25 years, she carried one truth in her heart, and she was willing to go to war for it. Her son was innocent. It all began on a quiet evening in 1997. The police knocked on her door and never knocked again. They dragged her 15-year-old boy Michael out of their small home, accused of armed robbery and assault, charges that would change everything. There was no warning, no real evidence, and no time to understand what was happening. Just flashing lights, handcuffs, and silence. The trial came quickly, too quickly. A court-appointed attorney, a jury that barely looked at him, and a confession. One taken after hours of interrogation with no parent or lawyer present. Michael was convicted. 40 years. Gone. Just like that. Most mothers would have broken. Mary didn't. Instead, she got to work. While her son sat behind bars, she became a student of the law. She studied every book she could find, wrote to every legal aid group, and filed appeal after appeal, most rejected without even a second glance. Every denial only sharpened her resolve. She turned heartbreak into homework. Every late night became a case study. Every weekend became a trip to the prison visitation room. Michael never saw her cry, not once. She made sure of that. 10 years passed, then 15. People started forgetting. Even Michael lost hope some days. But Mary didn't stop. She knocked on every door. Reporters, civil rights lawyers, innocence projects. Most never responded. Some did, and slowly the pieces began to fall into place. In the 21st year, she found it. A document, buried in an old archive, proving the state withheld key evidence during Michael's trial. Witnesses who were never called, a surveillance tape that mysteriously vanished. The very foundation of the case cracked wide open. And then, after 25 long years, the courtroom was full again. But this time, she wasn't alone. Journalists came, advocates. The same people who ignored her for decades were now watching closely. The judge, older than the one who first sentenced Michael, looked over the new evidence. The room held its breath. And then he said it. The conviction is overturned. Michael Wilson is exonerated. In that moment, Mary didn't cheer. She didn't scream. She just closed her eyes and exhaled. It wasn't just the end of a legal fight. It was the end of a mother's nightmare. Michael walked out of prison a free man, but it wasn't the justice system that freed him. It was his mother. Her hands didn't hold power. Her name wasn't famous, but she was enough. Because when no one else would fight for her son, she did, every day, for 25 years. This isn't just a story about one mother. It's a story about how far a parent's love can reach, about how broken systems can still be shaken, about how sometimes justice doesn't come from a courtroom, but from a kitchen table stacked with legal papers and love. And if you're wondering what Mary's doing now, she's helping other mothers do the same, because she